No, things like this are not meant to happen. How has this happened? Hey guys, it's George. The 2022 Mamas are here, and you know what that means, another red carpet review. And this year it's been split over 2 days, so we're going to be kicking it off with the day one red carpet. If you're new here, hi, hello, let me explain how this type of review works. We're going to go through the red carpet looks, analyze, unpack, review, obviously, and then I'll be rating each look out of 10 yellow hearts, some gold for award show season. And if you want to learn more about my fashion background, it's all in the description box for you. Just before we get into the Mama red carpet review, Fashion Chingu are back as a sponsor of today's video, and if you need some holiday gifting advice, stay tuned. Fashion Chingu is an affordable online store that recreates K-pop and K-drama fashion, meaning you guys can recreate your favorite idols' looks on a budget. They offer a huge range of clothing collections ranging from BTS, Blackpink, Twice, Stray Kids, and Hypen, and more. Fashion Chingu offer free shipping on orders over $60, and they ship almost worldwide. The holidays are coming in quick, the scramble to get your holiday shopping done. It has begun. I've not even started mine yet. I'm a bit like, oh God. However, Fashion Chingu have put together the most insane gift guide that is going to help you out this holiday season. This gift guide features BTS, Blackpink, Stray Kids, Twice, ITZY, and NCT. And for each group, Fashion Chingu have pulled out items that will make the perfect gifts. Buying gifts for people can be really hard, and some people are just so difficult to buy for. So I'm going to leave this gift guide linked in the description box. Click on it, check it out, it will help you out. A top tip from me, if you are unsure when it comes to clothing sizes, stick to accessories and bags. That way it's foolproof. And a gift suggestion from me, Jimin's circle knot hoop earrings. I've been obsessed with these since I got them from Fashion Chingu. They've become my everyday hoop earrings. So if you have someone that you're buying for that loves a good pair of earrings, a good pair of hoops, check this style out. Perfect everyday hoops, and the quality is mwah. There's nothing worse when the back of a hoop earring is flimsy. These are solid, it snaps, it stays in, and they're so affordable. By the way, we're going in the order of the red carpet, so up first is DKZ. My first impression of these looks is that they're good, but they could be better. I think the styling lets them down. I really like the black and white jackets, how they're collarless. They've got that border embellishment, and then each member has a different style of embellishment going on, whether that's embellishment on the chest, epaulets with the chains draping down on the shoulders, but each member's outfit underneath this jacket is exactly the same. The black crew neck jersey, the necklaces that are tight to the neck, the leather trousers, the same shoe, and trousers in the same shoe, that's just kind of like usual when it comes to male idols on the red carpet. But if you compare these looks to Monster X at the Mellow Music Awards, each member had a different type of styling underneath the jackets. So it just gave us differentiation in the looks, and each member had a different vibe going on. I think that's the direction that DKZ need to go in with these looks, just to like really push it in that like top notch direction. So for me, this is 7 out of 10 yellow hearts. Next to step out on the red carpet was Lee Young from the YGX dance crew, and I like the bones of this look, but for me the main thing I want to do is just pull the hemline of that jacket down to the same length as the skirt, because then you'll get the flashes of that metallic chainmail poking through the jacket. I think the proportions of it are just slightly odd. The skirt that hits her right at the ankle, and then the jacket that comes down to the mid-thigh. I love the fact that the jacket's been belted at the waist because it gives her shape, even though this jacket's very oversized. The sleeves come down really long, and then we've got all of that beautiful embellishment on the coat, and then she's got that Prada vest underneath. I don't know if the whole outfit is Prada, it would make sense if it was. And then she's got that necklace tight around the neck. I like the styling, but I just think the proportions are slightly off, and for me, I really hate the shoe. When you see her walk off of the red carpet to the host and you can see it's a wedge with the ankle strap, it's just not a good shoe. It's really not. This is 7 out of 10 yellow hearts. good bones, but it just needs a few tweaks, in my opinion at least. Out next, Le Seraphim, and as I said in my Melon Music Awards 2022 fashion review, if your group has a fashion concept, I expect big things. And from Yeonjin to Kazuha, love, slaps, spot on. But then Sakura and Eunchae's looks, there are a few styling issues for me, which we'll touch on. Overall, this is extremely cohesive, and the Seraphim are proving that they can be extremely cohesive on the red carpet, and I feel like that's where quite a few girl groups struggle, again, as we've seen. You'll notice that all of the members, except from Chaewon, have an asymmetric hemline going on. Chaewon's ties into this though, because she's got the split in her skirt, so the skirt does have highs and lows to it, just not in the same cut as an asymmetrical hem. And I love the blazer dress on Yeonjin with the boot, and you can see she's got that beautiful shawl lapel that comes down right at the waist. It nips her in, and then the skirt flares out, the asymmetric hem. Chaewon, I love the strap detail on the top, off the shoulder, over the shoulder, very rectangular, and then she has this very soft A-line mid-calf skirt of the split, and then the waist belt, you can see the eyelets, the strappy shoe, it really works on her. And then Kazuha, I love this dress, the black denim, you can see the raw edge, and again, we're getting that asymmetric hem, short on her right side, longer on the left, and then it's been styled with that boot that comes up just below the knee. The boot really works with this dress, and I love that they've kept the neckline clean, they've given her the gold earrings. It's just such a great look, probably my favourite out of this set. Sakura's dress, I love the silhouette of it, how it flares out on the shoulders, the beautiful like soft wave. It ties into the hemline of her dress and we're getting that asymmetric cut. But for me, I really don't like the thick black waist belt. I understand why they've added it, because otherwise she would be the only member in all white. It would stand out too much. However, to me it looks like an afterthought. The dress doesn't need this thick waist belt on it. I think if you still want to go for a waist belt, they should have gone for a slimmer, more delicate one. It just doesn't need it. But other than that, I like the boot with it. She's not in that chunky Nike shoe that I've seen too much. It's nice. I just want to take the waist belt away. And then Eunchae, I love the black dress, and I like the fact that they've styled it with the t-shirt underneath and how the sleeves flare out. It mimics the shape of Sakura's sleeve, cohesion. However, I feel like by styling this dress with the t-shirt underneath, it makes it read too casual for the red carpet. And I understand she's the youngest. I appreciate their styling like this because it is a very plunging cut. However, why wouldn't they put this dress on one of the older members and then perhaps give Eunchae Yeonjin's look, Sakura's look, that's more covered, because then it still would have read more formal. It might just be me, I don't know. I like the dress itself, the lace detail on that neckline, the asymmetric cut styled with the boot. It's great. Just a few tweaks. Just my opinion. What do you think? The Seraphim get 8 yellow hearts. NMIX. I feel like this is a really good example of just because you're all wearing the same colour, obviously black, it doesn't mean it's cohesive. For me, there's something about this set of looks that reads really flat, and there's just such a lack of cohesion. It doesn't make sense. I've only reacted to NMIX once, so please forgive me if I mess up the names. I believe it is Haewon, one in from the right next to Lily. We've got one member in opaque tights. You guys know how I feel about opaque tights. I hate them, but why have we only got one member in opaque tights? It immediately ruins the balance of the looks. I believe it's then Kyujin, 3 in from the left, in this bow style top with the sequin skirt. None of the other members have bows on their outfits. None of the other members are wearing sequins. So again, it really stands out to me. And then I believe 2 in from the left, we have Jiwoo. What is this outfit? I honestly don't understand. Is it a short dress? An extremely short dress? Is it a long top? The fabric, yes, it's got that glittery finish to it. So arguably it ties into the sequins, but I think the neckline of it, the square cut with the V in the middle, but then she's got the bandeau underneath. It just it becomes pointless in my opinion. And then you've got this section at the waist that wraps around in this asymmetric cut under the bust, over the skirt. And then you've got this very short skirt that balloons under. and then it's been finished with a cycling short underneath. It's just not flattering. And again, where's the cycling short in any of the other members' looks? And mix, this is 5 yellow hearts. It's not great. I was watching the live broadcast of the red carpet this morning and I was shook when Kep1er walked out. Kep1er on the red carpet, so far I've seen from them, it's mostly been their stage looks. And then I believe at the Fact Music Awards, they had a different set of looks. It was the blues and the blacks. But for me, they just lacked cohesion and they were a bit off balance with the colours. And there's always been like a few things I've been unsure of. When the girls stepped out in these looks, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, they just look so luxurious. This set of looks is perfect for the red carpet. And I love the fact that we're getting whites and pinks. They've stepped away from the black and white standard of K-pop red carpets, and we're still getting the white, but just those pink looks, it really pops against the black background, and the fabrics, just like the satins, the soft, like very feminine cuts. I do wish we had another 1 or 2 members in the pink just to really balance out that colour palette. Like Hikaru and Yiseo's dress would look beautiful in this pink fabric. What's really great about this set of looks for Kep1er, besides from the femininity, the colour palette, is how they've used similar cuts and similar styles of drapery, ruching, etc. to create cohesion within the looks. Hyuning Bahia and Hikaru have those off-the-shoulder cuts, tying their looks together. And then we have Yiseo and Cheon that have the long sleeves. Yiseo has the beautiful puff sleeves, and then Cheon has the asymmetric one shoulder, which looks beautiful on her dress. How she's got the asymmetric hem as well on the same side as the shoulder. It really balances perfectly. And then Yoojin and Youngjan have the beautiful drapery on their dresses. Very soft, feminine. Kep1er, keep this stylist. They've done an amazing job for you with this red carpet look. This is 9 out of 10 yellow hearts. JO1 took to the red carpet after Kep1er, and this is a completely new boy group to me, so thank you so much to Hanging Tree for helping me with the names. With JO1's look, I like the idea of having the different tones of grey. Again, we're stepping away from that classic black and white, but I think where there are 11 members and we have all the different tones of grey, the different cuts of tailoring, and some members are in looks that lean in a more contemporary direction, and we have other members that are in looks that lean in a more classic direction. So when they come together, 11 members on the red carpet, and we're getting this vibe on this end of the scale, this vibe on the other end of the scale, and then like 5 to 6 different shades of grey, it just reads a bit messy as a group. Individually, pulling their looks apart, love. But together, we just need to like rein it in. Just an example of the contemporary v classic that I'm talking about. Takumi, 2 in from the left with the red hair. The cut of this jacket, the way it wraps and belts on the side of the D-ring, that pocket on the left hand of the chest, and then he's got the roll neck, the chain around the neck, it leans more contemporary. But then Rookie, for example, 4 in from the left, he's in this very classic 3-piece charcoal grey suit. You can see the waistcoat, the black shirt. I love the tie because it ties the black and the grey together, and he's got the brooch on the collar. But in comparison to Takumi's look, this reads very classic. Take away the brooch and you could go to the office in this look. It'll be a great look for the office, but do you know what I'm saying? It's just one's here, one's here. I'm going to give JO1 6.5 yellow hearts. Individually, I love the looks, but just together, I feel like we need to rein it in and be more cohesive. For Estella, this is a new group to me, and I'll be perfectly honest, I'm really bored by this red carpet look. I understand the point of it. They are a quartet, and when you see quartets on the stage, they're always giving us like a matching kind of vibe, so I can appreciate that. I understand the point of this set of looks. However, just because we're going for that classic men's event wear vibe doesn't mean you need to be so matchy-matchy. I know each member has a different cut of jacket on, each member is giving us a different style of lapel, fine. But did you all need to come out in the same shirt, exactly the same tie? I believe it's Mingyu and Doon in the middle, and I know they've got that pin going through the top of that tie, which gives them a slight differentiation, but If I was going to style this group and we were doing classic vibes, I would have put each member in a different style of shirt, whether that was a shirt that had a spread collar with a tie, a wingtip collar with a bow tie. We could have given another member a pleated bib on their shirt with a bow tie, and then another member could have come out with like the pin going through the tie, what they're doing now, just so it breaks it up a bit. Just because you're going for classic tailoring doesn't mean you need to be so matchy. So for that reason, Forestella, this is 6 yellow hearts. Give me more. Following Forestella on the red carpet, we have Bibi and Hyolyn. They came out together as they're doing a special performance together. I'm so excited to see that. Bibi, 9 yellow hearts. This is incredibly chic and it's very minimalistic, but I love the cut of it. The halter neck shape with that chain and how the chain follows round and goes into the cutout at her waist. Just that continuous loop, it's very chic. And then the cut across the bust, even though we've got that cut out, it's very tasteful. We've got the clavicle out, the shoulders out, and in the back there's a cutout at her lower back, but again, it's very tasteful. It's not skimming too low, and I love how the chain of the halter net goes down her back, and then she has that chain just draping below that cutout section. It's very elegant, but it's very sexy at the same time. Like, don't underestimate the power of something backless. Do you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm going to give Bibi 10 out of 10 yellow hearts. Just the fit of it, the very understated details of it is perfection. And that's what a K-pop red carpet is all about. It's about the details, the cuts, and Bibi has nailed it. Hyolyn's look, I really love the silhouette, the high neck, the slightly square shoulder, the long sleeve, and then she's got the thumb hole, so it has like this sporty kind of edge to it. And for me, that's where the beanie ties in. I love the fact that she styled this with a beanie because it brings it immediately contemporary and it gives it a different kind of finish. She's then got the big gold earrings, the chain around the neck, and with a dress like this where you're so covered, you definitely need those kind of accessories. I like as well how with this dress, you've got different densities of the fabric. The top half of the body, it's solid, it's opaque. And then as the skirt gets closer to the hem, it becomes more sheer. And I really like that difference. The only thing for me is I really don't like how it's been finished with the light denier tie underneath. We don't need it. And we're not really seeing any skin anywhere else. I feel like a little break of skin would have really helped this look, like a little split in the dress. The leg peeking through, I think it just would have finished this dress perfectly. So Hyolyn, 8 yellow hearts. Out next, we have our Mama's host for the evening, John Somi, and I'm gonna be honest, I really dislike this look. I don't feel like the colour of this incredibly saturated jewel tone gold yellow suits her, and I think as a blonde, yellow can be really hard to pull off. Immediately, the dress looks far too long for me. The fact that the dress is on the floor, and it's not like the hem of the dress is touching the floor, it's on the floor, and you can see when she walks in she's having to pick it up. That's a fit issue. This style of dress for me, like, it shouldn't have this length in the front. If it had that length in the back, giving us a slight train moment, fair enough, but she could literally just trip and fall flat on her face because this hasn't been taken up to her height. That's an issue. At first I thought it was ruching at her waist, but it just looks like where the dress is too long for her, that waist section is sitting too low. So for me, there are fit issues, and it really reminds me of a dress from a film from the early 2000s. I'm not going to say it because I feel like it's going to get me in trouble, but if you want to leave me a comment with what you think, like if you get it, like I'll actually like just cry with laughter. But yeah, I feel like we didn't need the heavy Prada necklace around the neck, but I feel like we don't need it. Keep that neckline clean because the shape of the dress is nice, it just doesn't fit properly. And when you see her coming down the red carpet, you can see in the back of the dress that there are crystal tassels coming down, and for me they just get lost in her hair, and I also feel like they're not needed on this dress. So for me this is quite a big miss, especially as Somi is the host of the evening. She said in her red carpet interview she's got multiple outfit changes. We're not starting off with a good one. This is 5 yellow hearts from me. I feel really bad, but just girl, take the hem of the dress up. Following Somi, TXT came out onto the red carpet wearing Burberry, and straight away you get that it's Burberry. The the check on Huening Kai's coat, the style of knitwear, England, peeking through on both Subin and Taeyeon. And then obviously you can see the giant Burberry logo on Ponggyu's skirt. This is a very contemporary set of looks, but there are elements of these looks that I don't think work, and there are just like a few qualms. So let's get into it. As usual, as we've seen from TXT this season, perfect balance. Huening Kai, Yeonjun in the coats. Same silhouette, but Yeonjun is giving us the all black moment, the fur wrapping around, the long black coat, and then it's been styled with the white shirt, the loose tie, the trousers, the shoes. The same as Huening Kai, but Huening Kai's, we're getting that brown colour palette coming through, the Burberry check. And then when you see the close shot, it's got this knitted detail on the shoulders, which is really beautiful. And it's exactly the same styling, balance. And then we have Subin and Taeyeon on the ends, the knitwear, the English dream, like poking through. There's a distressed, like grunginess to this knitwear. And I love the sleeves on Taeyeon's, how this panel drapes. And then you have the England like sweater underneath, and both have been styled with the skirts. I feel like the skirts work with their looks. Ponggyu's look, yes, he has the skirt, so it ties into Subin's and Taeyeon's, but for me, there's something about the silhouette of this outfit that's just off. And Yeonjun did wear this in GQ Korea, and even when I saw that editorial, I wasn't really vibing with this look. I think for me, where the jacket, it comes down, hits him at the mid-thigh, and then you've got the 4 large pockets, and then you've got the really heavy black skirt underneath. And where the skirt is such a heavy fabric, it comes right to the floor. It's very dense. And then you have the Burberry embroidered logo that's so large. It just looks so heavy against the top half of the outfit. And I felt exactly the same when I saw Yeonjun wearing it in GQ Korea. Another thing that I didn't understand, the outfit that Huening Kai is wearing and the outfit that Yeonjun is wearing, he wore both of these outfits in the same GQ Korea editorial. I just don't understand why this is arguably the biggest award show of the season, and these looks have already been worn, so they're being repeated. And I don't have a problem with repeating looks, but I just think when you're attending arguably the biggest award show of the season, why would you want to wear a look that you've already worn in like a massive publication? And would the other members really want to wear a look that another member has already worn in a massive publication? So I don't really understand that. Saying that, this is 9 Yellow Hearts. It is a vibe, it's an aesthetic, it's contemporary. It's the most like fashion look on the red carpet from day one. Out next, Street Man Fighter, and I believe we have all of the leaders of the different dance crews that participate in the show. What I like about this is that these 8 guys, they all come from different dance crews, and they're still giving us a pretty cohesive look on the red carpet. It does irk me just a teeny tiny bit that we have Youngjae, Youngdoo and Trix in the navy looks, because the combination of black and navy can be a bit irking. When it's done right, it can be great, but I just think where you have 3 guys in navy and then the other guys in black, and they're stood in that order, it's just a bit like, could we not have just done all black? Saying that, what I think is really great here is that the fabrics and the details tie their looks in together. We've got Trix and Ted both in the jacquard fabrics. Trix on the right hand side in the navy. Ted 3 in from the right in that black jacquard Gucci smoking jacket. Youngjuk and J-Rock in that wrap and double-breasted blazer. Youngjuk in the wrap. I'm sorry, I'm probably pronouncing his name so incredibly wrong. Please let me know in the comments. I am so sorry. And then J-Rock, the double-breasted, but they're giving us that same wrap across the body effect. 5000 and Baekhyun Young both giving us the embellished collars. I believe it is Baekhyun Young's look that Kang Daniel wore to the Fact Music Awards. I recognise that lapel. Vata is giving us a look. This is such a strong look, the combination of the jacquard fabric and the embellishment, so he's immediately tying into the other members. And then Youngjae on the very left, he has the satin edging on his suit. So it ties into Baekhyun Young's because his embellishment gives us that edging detail. Street Man Fighter, this is 7.5 Yellow Hearts. Kara, I like it, but I don't love it. For me, there are some interesting looks, and then the other looks are just a bit plain. They need to be styled up. Sungjin, 2 in from the left. Her look is giving me low-key clubbing vibes. I think it's because we've got the bodysuit and you can see that it's cut very high coming up to her waist. And then she's got that leather skirt really highlighting those cutouts. And then she's got the boot. It's just a low-key club kind of vibe for me. Gyuri, her look is my favorite. I think it's really cool. And I love the textured trousers, how there's that tie detail at the ankle, and then she's got that very noughties-esque like jeweled waist belt worn right on the hips as they were in the noughties, and then she's got the bralette, the crop jacket. She's just giving us like cool girl vibes. And then the other members' looks, I feel like they're just a bit plain, and like, where is the styling of these looks? Youngji on the right, little black dress, beautiful square neckline. I like how she's got the statement earrings, but that's it. Like, the shoe is very boring. At least give her an interesting shoe to style up this dress. That's like the least you could do with this dress. And then I believe it's Nicole, 1 in from the right. I like the top, but I really don't like the wide trouser with it. I think a slimmer cut or just even a straighter cut of trouser would have looked better with the top and just given us a more streamlined silhouette to fit in with the other members' looks. And then Ji-young on the left. The cut of the dress is nice, but it's just very plain, and one arm cuff is not enough styling wise to spice up this outfit. So Sakara, this is 6 yellow hearts. Kang Daniel, he's just so cute. Like, he's just such a cutie. And I always find it interesting that Kang Daniel comes out giving us these very classic moments on the red carpet. And I feel like this season so far, we're seeing a few contemporary touches creeping in. The Fact Music Awards, he had that embellished collar, just giving us like contemporary. And I feel like here, you know, he's got that ribbon bow tie. It's giving us that slight contemporary touch to an otherwise classic look. The 3-piece suit, the white point collar shirt, the cuffs poking out, the very like classic dress shoe. If we continue with this very slow pace, edging into the contemporary side of things, maybe in like 5 years we'll get a contemporary look from Kang Daniel. But this is 7 yellow hearts from me. It works as a look. I like the contemporary touch. It makes it different from just going with a tie or a bow tie. But I'm still like so desperate to see like a true contemporary look on Kang Daniel, because he can really pull this shit off. We've seen it in his music videos. We've seen it on stage. And our last group of the day 1 red carpet, Stray Kids. You knew I was pissing my pants when they stepped out. I've been waiting for Stray Kids to come out on the red carpet. I love this set of looks, and what I'm really interested by is how I feel like it's a cleaner look for Stray Kids. We have the usual contemporary silhouettes that Stray Kids give us on the red carpet. The belted waist, the crop jackets with the slim cut trousers, being styled shirtless, different styles of bow ties, ties, and they always have really sick accessories. But the main thing I notice here is that usual heavy obvious branding has been really stripped back. Yes, we still have the Prada tie on Sungmin. We have a Dolce & Gabbana tie on Han. We can see that Hyunjin has that very subtle Fendi patch on the chest pocket of his shirt. Bang Chan's blazer, this is Givenchy. You would only know that if you knew this detail and had seen it on other idols who have worn this Givenchy blazer. Or, you know, mine by Fashion Chingu. But compared to last year, where every single member would have some form of obvious branding, whether it was a tie, a brooch, draped in like branded jewelry like Chanel all over Felix, this is just so much cleaner. And I really like it for them, because they're still giving us the same Stray Kids silhouettes, that same like beautiful Stray Kids staple style, but they've just reined it in. And I like the fact that they're giving us that difference this award show season. I mean, it's their first time on the red carpet this award show season, so I'm interested to see if they like amp it back up. I think for me, my favourite look has to be IN. I love the cut of the trouser, the tapered cut. He's then got the cummerband, which pulls the waist up. He's then got that white wingtip collar shirt, and he's got that beautiful black tie around the neck. And then it's got that pin detail in the middle. And then he's got that cropped blazer, really enhancing that long leg silhouette that the trousers and the cummerband give. Naturally, I love Lino and Hans looks, the belted blazers. I'm all about that snatched waist. Stray Kids, this is 9 yellow hearts from me, and I'll be honest, I love it, but I do miss being slapped in the face by Stray Kids with like a Chanel brooch. Do you know what I'm saying? Love this cleaner look for them, but like hit me with a Chanel brooch, please. Please. That is it for day 1 of Mama 2022. The red carpet was good, but there were no 10 out of 10s, and there were quite a lot of misses, I will admit. And day 2, we're gonna have Treasure, Enhypen, J-Hope, ITZY, IVE, I'm intrigued, Idol, New Jeans. So there are potential to be slapped in the face with some great looks, and there's also potential to be disappointed. So yeah, I'll see you in about 3 seconds for day 2. I am back for Mama day 2, an outfit change, a hair change. I'm giving you my little red carpet fantasy. My red carpet fantasy. It's not really much of a fantasy, is it? The performances yesterday were absolutely sick. Stray Kids, Le Seraphim and the girl group collaboration have to be my favourites. Let's just jump straight into the red carpet on day 2. We've got big names, big looks and some surprises. First out on the carpet of day 2, we have New Jeans, and this is such a huge improvement on their Melon Music Awards red carpet look. However, this is still a stage look. As soon as they come out in these looks, I was like, I recognise them from their collaboration performance, and I just don't understand it. Le Seraphim didn't come out in their stage outfits, they came out in a separate red carpet look. So why are New Jeans coming out in their performance look from day 1? And I saw a glimpse of their performance on day 2, and they're wearing a completely different outfit again. So for me, I don't understand. They come from a sub-label of Hype. They obviously have the budget. That aside, these looks are extremely cohesive, and I like the use of the different tones of grey, but New Jeans have done it better than JO1 because there's only like 3 or 4 tones of grey. It's not like a rainbow of grey on 11 members, so here it works a lot better. And I like the fact that the girls are going in on that tie trend. It's really popular in female idols at the moment, and I like how there's a school uniform vibe to the looks. The white shirts, the black ties, the black pleated skirts, that tunic dress on Danielle in the middle of the short underneath. And then 4 out of the 5 girls have the knee-high socks, and then Minji's boot, it comes up to the same point. I'm not a fan of the bottom half of Minji's outfit. There's no other member in trousers, so immediately you lose balance. And the boot is like low-key giving me Wellington vibes. If I'm totally honest, I don't like any of the members' shoes. It goes with the vibe, but they're just a bit like clunky, do you know? And not like in a good way. And then the leg warmer on Hien worn over the shoe, we just should have stuck with the sock. So for me, this is 6.5 yellow hearts out of 10. It needs some tweaks. Confused why they're in a stage look on the red carpet again. Following New Jeans onto the red carpet, we had Tempest, and thank you so much to Sakura Sky and Exo Dira for helping me with the names. You guys are the best. With this set of looks, I feel exactly the same as I did with Forestella on day 1. However, with Forestella, it made more sense because they're a singing quartet, and that's the vibe, to be so matchy. Whereas I don't really know Tempest, I've not heard their music, but looking at the group, they're obviously more youthful, and we've got like cool hairstyles, and you know, I doubt this is what their styling is like in their MVs. So the fact that every single member is in a matching suit, it's the same peak lapel jacket, and then we've got a few differences with the shirts and different sizes of bow ties, and then I believe it's Lou right in the middle. He's got that Dolce & Gabbana pin, which is cute, but the styling's just too matchy. For me, this is 5.5 yellow hearts. I want to see a bit more differentiation between the members' looks. I came out on the carpet next, and this is the styling of classic tailoring that I wanted to see on Forestella, on Tempest. We can see that the actual cut of the suit itself is very similar across the members. It is a very slim cut suit, all single-breasted jackets. However, some members just have the two-piece, the jacket and the trousers, and other members have the waistcoat underneath, making it a three-piece. Some members have pocket squares, other members don't. Some have a wingtip collar shirt, some have a point collar shirt, some have ties, some have bow ties. Even though the essence of each member's look is almost identical, the styling has been switched up, so it gives us a different vibe for each member, and this is how classic tailoring should be styled in a group setting. Otherwise it's like twinning, it gets boring. It's a red carpet, I want to see something special, you know? I&I, this is 7 yellow hearts. This is how classic tailoring should be done. Following I&I onto the red carpet, we had StayC, and in my notes, I just wrote, I'm bored. That is literally all I wrote. StayC are giving us the same little black dress vibe as they did at the Fact Music Awards, and the only good thing about the Fact Music Awards was the cut of Leah's dress was so stunning, the off-the-shoulder moment, the beautiful rounded sweeping sleeve. Here, there is nothing interesting going on. It's just very standard little black dresses that you could go to any retailer and get. You could go to any fast fashion retailer and pick up a dress that has a similar vibe to this, and where's the styling? Picking out a strappy sandal or a pump and a pair of earrings, that doesn't mean you've styled this item. I just don't get it. This is such a boring set of red carpet looks for StayC, but when they come out on stage, they're always giving us a strong concept, a strong aesthetic, live performances, music videos. So why can't you take a piece of that and put it on the red carpet? Like, I feel bad for these girls. Like, do they look beautiful in these looks? Yes, but they're boring. StayC, this is 5.5 yellow hearts. Sticking with the eyes, we have IVE, and this was a big surprise. I was watching the live stream this morning. When they stepped out, I was just staring at my laptop like, what? We have cohesive looks. They all look like they're going to the same place. Wonyoung doesn't look like she's going to the club. Guyul doesn't look like she's going to the office for a board meeting. They all look like they're attending the same event. Maybe their stylist changed. Maybe they had serious words with their stylist and was like, listen, you need to wake the fuck up. Something's happened, and I'm here for it. Either giving us the classic K-pop red carpet vibe, blacks and whites, and there is a balance to their looks. There is a cohesion to their looks. It could be a first, you know. We have Guyul, Eugene and Liz giving us all black vibes. And then we have Licio, Wonyoung and Ray giving us the black and white moments. And then we have the cohesive moments, the use of bows. The bow on Licio, Guyul on Wonyoung, and then she has the strip of fabric being braided through her hair, tying it all together. The white sheer fabric on Licio's that also ties into the white sheer fabric around Wonyoung's neck. And it's almost there on the cohesion. There are things that I would personally change just to like really take it there. Guyul's skirt, I don't like the high-low, like asymmetric. Then there's a piece like draping on her hip and it's like, you know, like just off in the back. To me, the skirt looks messy. The top half, great, love. The shoe also cuts her off at the ankle. You need to change the shoe. Eugene's is nice. I feel like it needs a bit of spicing up. Wonyoung's, great. Not a fan of the shoe, but it goes with the look. The boot on Ray, love the boot. I think Ray's has to be my favourite. I love this graphic white chevron shape against the black jacket. It's cropped. She's got the skirt right at the waist, the high neck. She looks dangerous in this look. I'm going to give IVE 7.5 yellow hearts. I think this is the highest I've ever scored them, and I just hope they keep stepping in this direction. I don't want to see them taking 10 steps backwards at their next red carpet event, because I don't know, I was going to say I'll fight their stylist, but that's also like an empty threat. I would not. Moving on to Jirim. I've never heard of this group. Apparently they're a rock band, so I'm intrigued. I'll be looking up some of their music, and apparently they're collaborating with Idol. Cannot wait for that stage. I really like these looks. There are a few tweaks that I would make. Kim Yuna's dress, I love the placement of the embellishment, how it comes up on the neck. She's got that strong sculptural shoulder, and then it comes down the arm. The placement of it is just so considered, and I like how the sleeve's hitting her right at the knuckle. I think it would have been nice if they had like a little thumb hole in there just to like show like a bit more flesh and just like really like hold it in place. That's just me being so fucking picky. And then the dress itself, I do like the fact it's like to her neck, to the floor, because it really lets that embellishment shine. But I feel like perhaps if it was a little bit backless, I don't mean like the full back, if there was like a cutout in the back, or if there was like a little split, just to give us like a break of flesh, because where it's grey from her chin to the floor, the fabric looks very dense. It's just a bit heavy, do you know? Love the shape of it, love the embellishment. I just feel like we need a little pop of flesh to pop through. A pop of flesh to pop through. Moving on. Lee Sung-kyu, I love this coat. That woolly texture. You can really see the beautiful texture of this coat on the red carpet. And I like how that ties into the texture of Kim Yuna's dress. I like how his look's been styled with the shirt slightly open. To me, it looks like it's a pussy bow tie shirt and they've tied it asymmetrically off to one side. And then he's got the hat with the embellishment, which then ties into Kim Jin-man's look. The embellishment on his collar, this cropped jacket, those suspend belt pieces coming down, giving it that feminine flair. And then the trousers. To me, it looks like he's got a high neck piece of knitwear on. And then there's a cummerband around the waist. I wish we didn't have the cummerband. I wish the trousers just came up to where the crop of the jacket is and you could see that the piece of knitwear was tucked in. I think that would just make it a bit cleaner. I feel like the cummerband is a bit of an afterthought. It's not needed. But other than that, I love this set of looks and I'm really intrigued by this group. So this is 8 yellow hearts. Niziu, this is 5 yellow hearts. This is just stage outfit vibes. As soon as I stepped out onto the red carpet, I was just like, I'm confused. This isn't red carpet vibes at all. And they just look really out of place. The outfits are great for the stage and the use of blue has been balanced perfectly throughout the members' looks, and I like the fact that the use of blue has been used in completely different ways, but it's not red carpet appropriate at all. And if you are going to do a stage look on the red carpet, you need to strike out that balance. This completely leans in that stage outfit direction, so as I said, 5 yellow hearts. Next out we had Monica, and when she turned the corner I was like, kind of recognize her vibe, but who the fuck is this? Because I'm absolutely living for it. She ate. She came out and she ate, and she knew she was gonna eat. The attitude on the carpet, the way the hosts reacted.
와우.
포스가
언니 누구시죠? 언니 멋져. 언니 멋져.
I was like, this is it. I love this look. This beautiful black dress with that high shine boot worn underneath. You're just getting the flash of the boot. It comes right down to mid calf. And then on one side, you've got the sculptural sleeve. I wish she didn't style the other side with the glove. I don't feel like the glove is needed, but it still works. But I just want to take the glove away. But the sunglasses, the dangly earrings, just the vibe on the carpet. I love it. I was just living for her on Queendom 2, and I'm living for her on the red carpet. This is 9 yellow hearts. Following Monica, who left no crumbs on that carpet, we had, I was about to say Any Pen, because that's what me and Tiffany call them, in Hypen. And I was so intrigued as what they were going to wear. I was waiting impatiently. What they wore to the Melon Music Awards, I felt like it was very classic and it was slightly too mature for this group, especially compared to what they wore at the award show season in 2021. Go watch that video if you want to know what I'm talking about. I really love this set of looks. I believe it's a full Prada moment, and it does remind me just ever so slightly of their styling at the 36th Golden Disc Awards, but I like how each member has something completely different going on, and it's a lot more clear than what they had going on at the Melon Music Awards. Jake's look, this nylon Prada jacket with all of the pockets, the black high neck, the shirt, the Prada tie that's just worn slightly loose. Jay, the high neck, the beautiful jacket, and then he's got those combat trousers on with the chunky boot in that nylon fabric. So when it photographs, you could really get to see that textural difference between the fabrics. Heesung, I like how they've tucked the jacket into the trousers. He's got that white shirt, but there's no tie, the black high neck, so he's got a version of Jake's. Youngwon in the middle, he's got that wide leg trouser on, the white shirt tucked in, the Prada tie. I really want one of these Prada ties, but honestly, I could not imagine dropping like £300-400 on a tie. Like, I honestly think I would have an out-of-body experience and slap myself, so If you see me wearing a Prada tie on this channel, I give you full permission to cuss me out in the comments. Please, cuss me out. I like how his has been styled with that varsity style jacket, but it's plain, and then he's got that same high neck black lid underneath. It's just a really nice way to like include that black underlayer and tie it into the trousers. Sunghoon, next to him, probably one of my favourite looks. The wrap blazer, the wide leg trousers, the high neck, it's just so clean, and then Prada written so like subtly on the neck. Such a slick look. Next to him, Nicki, another favourite. The mid-calf boot, those nylon trousers tucked in, the wrap blazer, and then he has that motif around the high neck, the same slight, subtle Prada logo. It's so good. And then Sunwoo on the very right, his look is the slightly more casual version of Youngwon's. The tie is gone, but his is still fastened to the neck, and he's got a very similar cut of trousers on, and then his jacket has that very subtle Prada logo on the chest, and it's like a zip through coach style kind of jacket. I can't work out the fabric where it is like black underlighting. It's a hard one. I can't decide if it's like velvet or cotton. It looks like quite dense and deep. This is 8.5 yellow hearts from me. This is contemporary. It's formal, but there's a slight casualness to these looks, and I feel like this is just so much more in Hypen's vibe, and is so much more reflects what they wore last award show season. Following in Hypen were Treasure, and this is 10 yellow hearts from me. I feel like I always give Treasure full marks. They just smash it every single time. Like, every single look is stunning. Every single member looks amazing. The way they work together, the cohesion, the vibes, their stylist, you're a genius. Every time you know how to put a set of looks together for this group, and for it just to be perfect for the occasion, but keep it like perfect for their body type, their age, just like the vibe of the group. I stan. I'm your fan. Every single member is giving us an extremely formal, contemporary tailored look, and it's all black, but there are different textures, different uses of hardware, whether they're wearing a shirt underneath, they're shirtless, it's sheer, something completely different going on, but it all ties together so beautifully. Haruto on the left. I love how from far away this jacket looks like it's actually cropped, but when you zoom in, you can see that they've put this cutout panel at the waist, so it's like an illusion. It's really, really sick. One of my favourites has to be Jungkook, the leather jacket, and then when you see the peaks of the shirt underneath, and you can see there's this white flame that's been embroidered on either side of the chest. It's just so amazing when you get that pop, and you can see on the jacket it's got 2 patch pockets at the hips, and then you can clearly see the paneling. The leather texture just photographs so well in these black and black outfits. Jaehyuk's outfit is one of the more simple outfits. This blazer, single-breasted 2-button, ever so slightly cropped, and then he's got the boot that's pointed. It's got that metal toe detail. It's kind of giving me like a slight cowboy vibe, but the fact it's been styled with the sheer underneath, the black choker, the wet look black hair, like it's just sexy. Hyunsuk, I'm crushing so hard. I feel like I always say that about Hyunsuk. It's just his vibe. He gives you like this 90s bad boy kind of vibe, and you're just literally like, I love you. So I feel like Hyunsuk's suit has got the most going on. The cut of it, the jacket that's quite fitted, and then he's got the straight cut trousers, that same like Western cowboy style of boot, pointed toe coming out at the bottom, the suit, the velvet flocking, it's so beautiful. And I like how it's been styled with that plain black shirt underneath, worn slightly open. He has all of the earrings, the lip ring, the necklace, all of the rings, the painted nails. He's got the brooches on the lapel of his jacket. This suit has been decorated, and I love that they've taken it in this really extreme direction, because you already have the texture of the suit that's going to do a lot of work, but all of the decoration, love it. Jiyoon's has to be my favourite. If you said to me I can take any one of these looks home, it would be his. I'm just so obsessed with it. The wrap blazer with that beautiful wide notch lapel, and then you can see that there's this split in the front of the jacket, so it opens, it moves, it has this very subtle brooch on the lapel, and then underneath he's wearing that black shirt, the collar styled over the top of the suit collar, the very subtle chain. And then his look's been styled with those wide cut trousers that have all of the gold hardware going down the side of them, tying into that brooch. And then it's been finished with the chunky boot. He's got the simple ear cuff in his ear. Everything about this look is just perfection. The styling, the hardware, the cuts, like, I need this outfit. Ji-yoon, hand it over. As I've already said multiple times, 10 yellow hearts for Treasure. Following Treasure, we had Lim Young-woong, and this is very classic men's tailoring. He's stepped away from the contemporary direction he was at the Melon Music Awards, which was like a version of his Fact Music Awards. So I was shocked to see him in something this classic. It's nice, don't get me wrong. We've got the point collar shirt, the bow tie, the velvet jacket with the peak lapel, and then the trousers, that contrast. And I like how his jacket's been styled with the shirt cuff poking out. It's nice, but that's about as far as it goes. I preferred his look at the Melon Music Awards because it was slightly different to what we'd seen other men wearing on the red carpet. Even though it was very clean and tailored, it had a contemporary flair, where this is true classic. So for me, this is 6 yellow hearts. Next out onto the carpet, we have Idol, and just before I reviewed these looks, I just want to be clear about something. I do not like Dolce & Gabbana. I do not support the brand Dolce & Gabbana. They've said some very problematic in the past. I do not believe that they've changed. It's a brand I will never purchase from or support. That aside, and this pains me to say it to my core, I love this set of looks. I love everything about this. This tops their Melon Music Awards red carpet looks. The black and white print on Mion and Minnie and how it's been used in 2 completely different cuts. And when I looked at the red carpet image, I was like, oh, I wish there was a slit in Minnie's, you know, that pop of flesh that I always talk about when it comes to a print to break it up. Bitch, she was one step ahead of me. She stepped out onto the red carpet in the video. There's a split, it's billowing. The fact that she's got the Dolce & Gabbana waistband that breaks up the print, it gives her shape, gives her a waist. The high neck, the heavy gold jewellery around the neck, perfectly done. Mion's, I love how it's been used in a completely different cut. It's short, it's tight, it's showing us the versatility of this fabric. And it has this really interesting neckline. It's like scooping, but it's asymmetrical. And then she's got the long sleeve that comes right down to the fingers, as it should. And then she's got the beautiful, heavy Dolce & Gabbana earrings in with the pearl. It really finishes off the styling of this look well. And then she's got that shoe. And I like the fact that the strap is just below the ankle. It's not cutting her legs off. Just noticed something, and I was just thinking to myself, do I go back and like refilm the Ive section and bring it up then? But I've just noticed this. Yuki is wearing the same dress as Eugene from Ive, and the styling is pretty much the same. The black boot that comes to just below the knee, the simple earrings. The only difference is that Yuki's wearing a very simple gold chain around the neck. I'm shook. Like, I'm gonna leave my reaction in this video as you can see, but no, things like this are not meant to happen. How has this happened? Like, surely they don't have the same stylist, otherwise that stylist would immediately be getting sacked. You cannot, if you've got two clients, you cannot style them in the same look. I would have to assume that Ive and Idol stylist are different stylists, and they both had this look available. Does this look work with the set of looks? Like, oh my god, I can't even get my words out. I'm shook. I can't believe this has happened. Does Yuki's dress fit in really well with Idol's set of looks? Yes, it does. The hem length, pretty much the same as Mion's. That straight cut, the belt detail at the waist giving her shape, tying in to the gold on Suyeon's dress. I love this dress on her. the square neckline that's slightly asymmetrical, and then on one side there's 2 straps, on the others there's this beautiful lacing detail. It hits her right at the waist, skims over her hips in this very feminine cut to the mid-calf. The gold shoe tying into the jewellery, the gold on the dress. Perfectly done. Shuha's dress has to be my favourite black dress out of Idol. The shape of that hemline, it's so sculptural, and it's so interesting when you see her walking in it because it's very firm and solid. It's like it's been set that way, and then she has that beautiful statement shoe. It really works because the dress is very simple apart from that hemline. I like the fact it's long sleeved, it's quite high on the neck. I don't feel like we needed the necklace, but it doesn't offend me. But I'm honestly shook that Yuki and Eugene are wearing the same dress. Idol, this is a 10 out of 10. Flawless set of looks, as much as it pains me to say as it is Dolce & Gabbana. We'll pretend it's not. Following on from Idol and the shooketh same dress drama, we had Zico step out on the red carpet, and I believe he's wearing Fendi. You can see that Fendi logo in that chunky sole of the shoe, and then his suit jacket is this beautiful, like just slightly oversized boxy cut, and there is a small pocket on his left sleeve, and you can see the Fendi logo on the clasp. I like how it's been styled with that slim cut trouser hitting him right at the waist, the black shirt that's been tucked in. I like the heavy chain, but I do wish the shirt had been worn slightly open, but I think that's just me like being thirsty for Zico because the vibes this man gives when he steps out on the red carpet, he just like has a sexiness, a masculine vibe. Just look for yourself. Can you blame me? I just think the open shirt and the little pop of flesh here would have like opened it up, and then he should have worn that heavy chain underneath. I love this look on Zico. 8.5 yellow hearts. Moving on to the host of day 2, we have Park Go-bum, and this is how you do classic tailoring. He looks so insanely handsome, and the classic tailoring just enhances that. I love how when he walks on the red carpet, one of the hosts like, woo!
Ooh.
I was like, I would be the same. I'll be like, anyway, back to the clothing, back to the fashion. Rein it the fuck in, calm down. Okay. As I was saying, this is how you do classic tailoring. A velvet tuxedo jacket with a shawl lapel. It is incredibly classic men's event wear. But the cut of this jacket is very contemporary. The fact it wraps, at first I thought it was double-breasted with 4 buttons, but watching the close-up shots on the red carpet, when you see the flashes going off, you can only see 2 buttons where it fastens. It's more of a wrap blazer, and I like the fact that they've done the covered satin buttons to tie into that satin shawl lapel, which is wider than it normally would be. It's just that contemporary flair to classic menswear that I live and die for. And then he's got the white pocket square. It ties into the white shirt underneath, the white cuffs poking out. Oh my god. 8.5 yellow hearts. I love it. Finally, closing our day 2 Mama Red carpet, we have J-Hope, and this look just oozes like sex appeal. Like he's got this like sexy rock star vibe going on. The sunglasses, that slick, wet look hair, the attitude on the carpet. I have to admit, I was expecting something a bit more extreme from J-Hope. He's stepping onto the red carpet as a solo artist, and judging from his personal style, he's not afraid of taking it in places that other people don't dare to go. I love his style. So this is very clean and very sophisticated. But as I said, it has that sexiness to it. The collarless shirt that wraps over, worn underneath, giving us that very plunging neckline. And then the jacket, I love the long line of this jacket. It's very sharp on the shoulders, and the cut of the body is very boxy, and it comes just to the top of his mid-thigh. So it really works with the proportions of the suit itself and the trousers that come up to the waist and then go right over the shoe in that straight cut. He's then got the little brooch on the collar, and I like how that sleeve's been turned back once because it goes with like the low-key casualness of this look. I'm gonna give J-Hope 8.5 yellow hearts. I love this look, I love the vibe, but I know I wanted to see something like a bit more extreme from him, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's do a little quick trends section now that we've seen our day 1 and 2 red carpets. First trend, definitely this cleaner take on contemporary tailoring. Stray Kids in Hypen giving us a slightly more mature, cleaner look than they did last year, and the bones and the essence of their style is still the same, but it's definitely been like toned down and like reined in ever so slightly, so I'm intrigued to see what direction they go in at their next red carpet event. And a trend I'm really picking up on in female idols is that boot that hits you right under the knee. We saw it on Le Seraphim's Chaewon, on Kara's Sungyeon, on IVE's Yoojin and Idol's Yuki in their matching looks. I couldn't resist, I'm sorry. My favourite looks is very obvious. These were the only 2 that got 10 out of 10 full marks at the 2022 Mama. Female idol-wise, Idol in Dolce & Gabbana. Gonna ignore the fact it's Dolce & Gabbana. And Treasure, just obsessed. Every red carpet they snatch it and just pull it out of the bag. My least favourite female idol-wise, it'll have to be Somi. That dress it just did nothing for her. Fit issues and the colour all wrong. Male idol-wise, my least favourite, I would have to say Tempest. It was just too classic, too matchy-matchy, and they look like a group that is a lot more contemporary and youthful. And I know I said in my review it was the same vibe as Forestella, but for Forestella it makes sense as a quartet. Thank you so much to Fashion Chingu for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out their gift guide, and if you want to do make a purchase, you can use my code GeorgeGift to get 10% off at checkout. If you've made it to the end of the video, please leave me 3 green hearts in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. A massive thank you to everyone who subscribed. You are honestly the best, and thank you to everyone who helped me with the names. I don't know where I'll be without you. Stressed, flapping, behind with this video. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Bye-bye.